Today, creation begins with clarity. Part of the plan is to identify and write down, hope you all have paper, 3 manifestations for 2012. 3 primary manifestations. It's never good to go beyond 3 manifestations because then the mind will go from this to this to this. But for 2012, what do you want in your life? Have you decided that for yourself yet? If you haven't, today is the perfect day. The new moon of the new year of the new age. We're going to identify 3 manifestations and specific. I'll talk about that later when we actually do that. But you need to be very specific and give yourself a time frame. Because this means that you yourself are staking your claim. You're being crystal clear. Creation begins with clarity. The reason why Dr. Pillai explains that most people don't manifest, they're not clear at all what they want in their life. I used to hear a lot of spiritual people say, well, so I'll see what the divine has for me tomorrow or next year. That's kind of living in a way where you're sitting in the chair and waiting for God to do something. Baba says, get up and act. Don't lay down and reflect. Reflecting's not going to get you anywhere. Get up and act. You have to start with being clear, crystal clear. What do you want this year? What are the right tools and techniques? Most of them are based on sounds. And I'll go through this primarily for the new people here. Dr. Pillai explains that sounds are the building blocks of our reality. In the Bible, God said, let there be light, and the world came into creation. Now, I'll explain another way that this works. Dr. Pillai teaches you become what you think. What are your thoughts? Your thoughts come from the mind. The mind is based on language. Mind wouldn't exist without language. And what is language? Language is composed of sounds. How do you change your mind? Change the sounds. If you change the sounds, you have a different mind and a different reality. There are sounds that can give you a perfect wealth consciousness, like the sound Shreem Brazi. Shreem Brazi is the sum totality of perfect wealth consciousness. If you held that sound in your mind all day and all night, you would live perfect wealth consciousness. The challenge is that when you look at your bank account, you think, this is not working. How am I ever going to get my 6-figure income? Or I need to be financially free with a certain amount of money. It's not coming yet. It won't come today, it won't come tomorrow. That's more of a typical set of sounds. Those thoughts are sounds, sound frequencies that are creating a reality. Just change it, change the sounds. Think Shreem Brazi all the time. There was a person who came on one of our trips. It was our Shreem Brazi trip about 3 years ago, was it?
Extreme Shreem.
Extreme Shreem. And she expressed on that trip, we chanted Shreem, Shreem how many times?
20,000?
No, it was more than that.
50.
I think about 50,000 times. And what this woman expressed was that in order to achieve 50,000 times, we did do it almost day and night. We did it on the bus, we did it in the temples, we did it in the Sanctum Sanctorum, she did it in her room. By the end of the trip, she felt like she had really absorbed the wealth consciousness of this sound. It comes by bombarding yourself with the sound. It's a very simple equation. Change the sounds, change your mind, change your reality, or basically change your life. Change your sounds, change your life. Okay, number 3. Like I said, our part is to help alert you to the right times. And throughout the year, we'll continue to have events and power spot trips, which are at the perfect time for the maximum results. 4, we're going to help you transform at the speed of light by giving you techniques for light, techniques to absorb maximum light.